Hi everyone, welcome to today's practice. It's another Pilates inspired flow where we're going to concentrate on working our deep tummy muscles. We're going to start our practice in child's pose, so if you need a block or a blanket to get nice and comfy, please do so. I'm bringing my big toes together and bringing my knees wide. You can stay here on your lower arms, you can stack your fists or use a block or maybe a cushion to support your head on, or you may feel comfortable coming straight out with your longer arms, or maybe the arms are resting alongside the body. Just check that you're nice and comfy. I'm just using my hands as a pillow. And then just close the eyes. And if this position feels really uncomfortable, maybe come to an easy cross-legged. And just a few rounds of your natural breath here. And then just bring your awareness to the breath. No judgment, we're just going to observe the breath. And then just, is this breath fast or is the breath slow? Are you inhaling or exhaling through the nose or the mouth? Just remember there's no judgment, we're just observing. Is the breath shallow or is the breath deep? No judgment, just observe. Is the inhale the same as the exhale, or are they different? No judging, just observe. And slowly start to deepen the breath, slowing down the inhale, softening the exhales. And very slowly lift the head, and very slowly we're all going to meet on our belly. Just use the hands as a pillow, bring the legs to the back hip width apart, tops of the feet in contact with the floor. Check that pelvis is in neutral. Maybe have a little wiggle to get nice and comfy. Keep the hips and the pubic bone in contact with the floor. And then gentle hugging into the midline to activate those deep tummy muscles. And coming into our back extensions. So just lift the head slightly. Bring the arms out to the side. So I'm coming into goalpost picture frame arms or even goddess arms. There's going to be a P between my nose and the mat. So I'm trying to keep my neck in line with the rest of the spine. And just soften the fingers and the hands. Keep that gentle hug in. Come into back extension, so just slowly raising the upper body off the floor. Keep the neck and head in line with the rest of the body, so you're not raising the chin. Slowly come up. Keep that gentle hug in. It's not a big lift. So we're not tilting our chin up, looking straight ahead. We're not allowing our head to drop too much. So lowering down P between the nose and the mat. If it feels comfortable, maybe you can float the lower arms off the floor and then float them back down. If that feels uncomfortable for you, you can extend the arms behind you. You can rest the hands on your buttocks. Keep the hips in contact with the floor. Keep that gentle hug in. Let's do 2 more. And slowly lower, slide the hands back in, make a pillow. Get yourself nice and comfortable. Coming into our glute raises or our leg raises. And keep the hips in contact with the floor. Gentle hug into the midline. Keep that pelvis in neutral. Squeeze that right glute, float that right leg off the floor. So we're going length, not height. And then lower, squeeze the left. So keep both hips, pubic bone in contact with the floor. Squeeze that right glute to raise that right leg. Squeeze the left glute to raise that left leg. We're going for length, not height. Trying to keep that upper body as relaxed as you can. Keep that gentle hug in. Use those deep tummy muscles to keep that pelvis in neutral. And really think about using the glutes, so waking up the glutes. So I'm squeezing with my right glute, squeezing with my left glute. Just keep it slow and controlled. Alternate legs. I've lost count, so let's do 4 more. So this is 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. And then from here, just lift the head slightly, slide the hands underneath the shoulders. Keep that gentle hug in, gentle squeeze off the glutes, both glutes together. Keep the tops of the feet, pubic bone in contact with the floor. And just energetically pull back onto the mat, lift the chest through the hands, coming into a baby cobra. Hold it here. And start to breathe wide and full. Keep energetically pulling back on the mat. Check that they're not jutting the chin up. Glutes are on. And on your next exhale, soften down. As you inhale, tuck the toes, push up to the knees, and then just slowly walk the knees back in, come into tabletop. Set your base in tabletop, tuck the toes. Take a nice deep breath in, float the knees off the floor, float the hips up and back, down dog. Keep that gentle hug into the midline, and then just bend those knees, and then look at your base, spreading the fingers wide, push down through the finger pads, check they're not locking the fingers out, push up through the arms, so really energize those arms, lengthen the armpits, relax the head and neck, keep those knees bent, and really think about lengthening out that spine, so not rounding out that lower back. I'm not worrying about the heels touching the floor or lengthening out the legs. And breathe. Keep that gentle hug in. Take a nice deep breath in and then just roll it out to high plank. Shoulders are over the wrist. Neutral pelvis, neutral shoulder blades. And roll the hips all the way back up to that bent knee down dog. And on your next exhale, slowly come all the way down to tabletop. Check your base, shoulders are over the wrist. Shoulder blades are in neutral, pelvis in neutral, gentle hug into the midline. Slide that right leg out nice and long. The left foot, the top of the foot can be on the floor, or you can tuck the toes. Flex that right foot. Bring your awareness to that right glute. Raise that right leg off the floor, not too high, slowly lowering down. Squeeze it up, keep that pelvis in neutral. Coming into our glute raises. So use that glute to raise that leg off the floor. Slowly tap and back down. Slowly tap and back down. So we're not rotating that pelvis at all. And come back to tabletop. Let's repeat that on the left. Slide that left leg out nice and long. Check that you're in neutral, gentle hug in. Use that left glute and float it up. And then slowly lowering down. Keep it slow and controlled, not too high. So we're thinking about, again, lengthen the leg, not high. Let's do one more. And then then slowly come back to tabletop, tuck the toes. Hover the knees off the floor, hips up, back, down dog. So check your base in your down dog. Check your feet. They could be hip width apart, they could be a little bit wider or a little bit closer together. Keep the length in the spine. Energize those arms. Relax the head and neck so you're pushing up through the arms. Gentle hug into the midline. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, roll it out, high plank. Roll it back to down dog. One more, roll it out, high plank. And then roll it all the way back in. Inhale, exhale, slowly lower the knees to the floor, come into tabletop. Set your base, neutral. Extend that right leg out, just going to swivel around. And then coming back to our glute raises, you're going to squeeze up that right glute and then cross the leg over, and then the right toes tap to the left side, and then squeeze up, lower, come up, cross over, tap down to the left, squeeze back up and lower back down. That's 2. Let's squeeze it up, over, tap and up. Keep going, squeeze up, over, up and tap. Squeeze up, over, tap and up. So that's 4. We're going to do 2 more. Keep that gentle hug in. Think about using the glute. And then slowly bring that leg up, hold it here. So right leg, you can stay here or bring the left arm up, coming into Superman. Check your base. Check that you're not tilting around to one side. Keep it nice and strong. Breathe wide and full, front, side, back of the rib cage. And exhale, tabletop. Tuck the toes, hips up and back. Down dog. Pause in here. Check your base, gentle hug into the midline. And let's roll out to high plank, trying to keep the shoulder blades and pelvis in neutral. Roll it back, down dog. And roll it back out, high plank. Roll it back up. Let's do 1 more. Slowly roll back to your down dog. And then we'll all meet up into tabletop. Let's do our glute raises on the left. So lengthen out that left leg, gentle hug into the midline, pelvis in neutral, shoulder blades in neutral. And let's start, squeeze up, over to the right, tap it down, squeeze up, over, tap. So carry on. So that's 2. And 3. And 4. And 5. And 6. So slowly come up, coming into Superman. If that feels appropriate for you, check your base. Stay nice and strong. And then slowly come back to tabletop. Tuck the toes, hips up and back. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, roll it out to high plank. And then roll it back. Keep that core nice and strong. Roll it out. Roll it back. Let's come for number 3. And let's finish with 1 more. Roll it out and pause in here. Option to stay here in your high plank or bring the knees down to your 3/4 plank. Shoulder blades are in neutral, pelvis is in neutral. Stay nice and strong. And exhale. If you're on a high plank, lower the knees to the floor. Slowly walk back so you're either sitting on your heels or kneeling. Take a few deep breaths here. Just roll those shoulders back. I'm going to stretch out our wrists. Your option is to float the arms up, flex the hands. You can reach through the fingertips here and hold it here, or come to tabletop and then you can turn the fingers round. The closer are your knees to your fingers, the less tension on the wrists and the lower arms. If you need a little bit more tension, just walk them back. If you're doing the kneeling, wrist stretching kneeling, slowly swap arms. Just checking with the breath. And we'll slowly come all the way back to kneeling. Reach the fingertips all the way up to the ceiling, have a lovely, lovely long stretch. Exhale, bend the elbows, open out the chest. Other option for your chest stretch is to interlace the fingers behind the back, make a fist, check that you're not pushing the hips forward, pelvis stays in neutral, and come into your chest stretch this way. Breathe wide and full. And then just slowly release the hands. Bring the knees wide, big toes together, and then slowly come back into your child's pose, whichever feels most appropriate for you now. And just let the breath be just that natural breath. Bring your awareness to your body, checking that you're nice and comfortable. And then just bring your awareness to the parts of the body in contact with the mat. Keep your focus there for a moment or two. If you need to make any adjustments, please do so nice and quietly and slowly. Try not to disturb yourself too much. Take a nice long inhale. Sigh the exhale out through the mouth. Just that natural breath. You can stay here for as long as you like. Thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this short flow. May you be happy, may you be healthy, and may you find peace within. I'll see you soon, everyone.